Hey, this is Kate. It's like 2 in the morning. I'm really not really stressed out, but I guess I'm just a little confused with this reality I'm in. So the only way I feel like I could really um get in tune with who I am and what I want is if I speak freely and one day hope that it helps somebody because it has everything to do with me and nothing to do with me. Because I don't do this just to glorify myself. I do this because I hope somebody listens to it. They come on, share their story, bring hope to a dark place, bring truth, because that's never found where I'm at. And who knows, maybe I'm looking in the wrong places. But anyway, I'm going to share some poems and I'll speak on some stuff. I didn't even name this, so I'm just going to call it Nobody. Um, Let go of the mind trapped inside a Coke bottle cap. Life falls too long, lost calls, a feather. See, a feather is so light, it withstorms the weather. Unless you're controlled, unless you control where you land. For still, I'm stuck in a prison water, and I drown. Then I create my own sand, thinking, oh, praying love will abound. How many beats does my heart need? 75, 89, 92, 7, 8. What colors? Green, red, blue? I don't know. It has me so confused. See, my heart, my sweet, sweet honeydew. The alchemy's piss begins with one kiss, not two. Or maybe two. That was actually three. Oh, now, ha, ha, ha. Oh, the owl seeds. See, I'd grab my seeds. Not just one, two, three, or four seeds, but all seeds. They are seeds of wonder, pumping lightning and thunder. And they're rooted from love. I'm freeing the sleeping dove that you call beauty. I'm not talking about the beauty that's skin deep. I'm not talking about the assholes that are putting you bitches to sleep. No, I'm talking about this real, uncontrolling, resilience, resistant, indestructible spirit called love. And it just is, it's not wrapped up in any gloves. See, it's not controlled. It walks purely. It loves the dark, the white, the heavenly, which is not just above, it's not just on the ground, it's below, it's in the earth, it's in the sound, it's in the rain, it's in the sadness, it's in the joy and the pain. That's love. See, I say labels are for jars, and I guess that's smart until I saw those pyramids and Mars and these beings still asleep, and yet you're keeping them asleep. And why? Deep sleep, you say. But see, I don't question you because why? Because you're way more divine than I could ever be. But I know there will be a day that you will awaken all unity. No label, loving even both Cain and Abel. See, because the Last Supper is at last. It's the map. It's what gets us from the present to the past, because that's what we have to remember. What our ancestors did for us, not their mistakes, not their shredded flesh put in a blender. No, it's the spirit that calls me so close, and I feel it. I'm consumed by it, and yet laughed at and mocked. They think I'm stuck to this matter, and oh my God, I would make their hearts shatter if they only knew. I would unglue this meat suit, come out of it, and show you and you. No, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm definitely not a preacher. I'm just a fucking real bitch that's sick of lies and pain and violence and more. and I try to go to preachers and teachers and all of these beings who just can't see me and just want to bring up my past and this scarlet letter that's hacked on my back, and yet I rock it because I know that's what's keeping me intact. Only God can judge me. See, that's why He went on that cross. That's why He got me to eternity. And I hold on to that. And I'm not saying that anybody else has, I'm not negating anybody's spirituality because I believe all of them is the embodiment of Christ, all the spiritual beings. So why are we competing? Why? When we were supposed to come to unite, sit at a table and not bring up the differences, bring up the ones that are able to say, hey, I see something in you because I see something in me too that reminds me of you. You get it? Not your skin color, race, or gender. Not because you're a champion, a winner. No, it's because I see the pain. I see the joy in your heart, and yet you crowed it with cement and you fucking tear me apart. So don't come into my garden. Don't even try to dare. Keep sniffing me, see if I'm evil, if you can smell my sulfur. So just beware. But when you need someone to help you get you through, trust and believe. I don't care if you're my enemy. I'm going to give you a hand because that's what I do. I love. And your mind control, your MK Ultra bullshit. Yeah, you can keep going because I do speak on it. I speak on one love, and I've made labels that could uh, shun out white doves. But you know what? There's one thing I have forgiven because I've changed. I've alchemized my brain. I've transmuted that fucking celebrity shit that I chased into a boss bitch who no longer is framed. Don't lock me in. Don't keep me in a box. Don't worry about how I put on my socks. Don't worry about how I put on my shoes. Don't worry about if I'm coming after you. The only way that I'd be coming after you too is if you need love, need strength, or need to be humble because there's that also. See, because I've been humbled and wrestled with God and I needed that to grow. We all have a garden. We all have a plan. We all think we're this person. We all think we're the fans of Stan. But you know what? I've learned that no name, not Mary, not Jesus, not we carry their essence. We don't want to be them. I want to walk with them, learn from them. But we are all created individual for a reason because we are glorified in our own being. So no, if people ask me, I have to remember who I am. Well, I do. I'm Kathleen Suzanne. All right, that was my poem, and I just did that off the dome, off one page, which doesn't mean shit, because I'm not shit, really. I'm just was feeling it. Just feeling to do that. And then I read all the shit that I write that I want to talk about, like how can we, not I, but being a fucking uh entitled, it's all about me because it's not, and I don't believe that. But I do believe it took a long fucking time for me to be real with myself because that's how I feel like God wants us to be. Our parents of the universe wants us to be who we truly are. And that's when our brain awakens, connects to our mind that's connected to the stars and the water and the ground and the planets all around. Like that is it. I can't sing, but you know what I sing to sing? I sing to the heavens. I sing to the heavens below. I sing to the ones that are forgotten about, the hopeless, the misfits, the mischiefs, the ones that grew up in a home where they were never really truly loved how they should have been loved. I know because I've been there because I chose uh, drugs over my own kids, and I can say that not anymore. I changed, I changed, I changed, I changed. But I feel like uh, this world, all it does is lie, and it's about payback and revenge and tit for tat. And I ain't down with that. I'm not down with this bullshit, this matrix, this illusion. Who is going to have the balls besides me to stand up and tell on it and speak about it without fear? Or is your pockets too heavy because you're getting paid by the matrix here? I don't know which one. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not about Ruko's fun. I'm not about all this bullshit. I'm done. I'm done being played. I'm done being enslaved. I'm done being your hamster's wheel. God's gave me a portal. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna fucking shine like the transmuted diamond from a coal. I'm gonna intertwine my own vines of masculine and feminine divinity. I already have. That's that Holy Spirit in me. Call it what you want. Call it Jesus. Call it Krishna. Call it Buddha. Call it Sacagawea. Call it Sukha Nakas. Call it whatever you want. But this is my personal relationship. So y'all can say it's a front, it's this, it's that. I really don't care. Oh, she's got love, but she needs balance. Then I got balance. Didn't you see me drink from the chalice? Yeah, you probably got that. Probably slipped over y'all. Maybe it didn't, and maybe I'm the one. Maybe I'm the one that's missing the call. Probably am, because I can hold myself accountable today. I can hold myself accountable and say, yes, I was a junkie. Yes, I was a dope fiend. Yes, I was violent. Yes, I said horrible things. But see, I took all, no, I didn't take that. God, the angels, my ancestors, they helped me. And they helped me put all that shit in a ball and throw it to the universe and have Jesus and Oz transmute it. Just like they turned Saul to Paul. Yeah, I'm that jackass on the road to Damascus. I met Jesus there. So I'll keep this thorn in my flesh. I won't boast about it. I won't tell on it, because God, what God does for me is He makes me see who my enemies are, not to be play tit for tat, so that I can be like, hey, I'm gonna pray for them. They need light and love, and because my belief is so strong, He does that. She does that, because I don't want to see anybody hurt. I don't want to see anybody trapped. And anybody that wants to have revenge on something and play some dumbass game and rebel against the one that created you, fuck that. God wants us to have a voice, of course. We want to have a choice. That's called free will. And we've been controlled too long. So I think our Father and Mother up there are keeping us strong, allowing us to unite, to see me and that reptilian and think they're beautiful, or the chameleon, or the gray, or the blues, or the Avians, the Egyptians, the Hindus, the me's, the you's. It does not matter, because what truly matters is how we can manifest and create our own universe and our own place and make a legacy, not for our own fame, not for money, not to make money. That's not what I'm about, man. I don't need no loan. I'll do this by myself. I'll do it on my own. That's who I am. That's why when I was hit on by NFL players and this and that, namesayers, I don't care about what you have, how much money you have in your pocket. I don't give a fuck if you want to give me gold and whatever lockets and bullshit. Yeah, I fucking manifested both sexes. So suck my. I'm done. I'm done being Ruko's gun. Call me whatever you want, but you know what? God knows my heart. Mock me if you must. Do whatever you think you need to do. Keep me from being heard, because it's not me gonna be the one to deal with you. That's not up to me at all. But my strength is getting stronger. My manifestation is getting longer. I manifested a fucking pyramid and it came to formation. I saw it. So we all have this in us, this manifestation. This we have to be connected to Source. We have to be connected to Christ. We have to understand. Stop judging Christians. Stop judging. Stop saying, "Oh, this one they're doing that." No, be open. Everybody has the right to be heard. I don't care if you're gay, straight. What is gay? We have to manifest both of divinities. Stop hurting our brothers and sisters all over this universe, man. I'm tired of it. I'm going to keep speaking on it. And I don't want to be a part of no thing that doesn't want to give me a shot, give me a chance, or any of that. No fucking way. Y'all can keep it. I'll figure out my own way. That's that path. That's the footsteps that I know about. You probably know about too. We all have a path to go on. So I'm going to let go today. I'm letting go, and you can feel it in my heart. And you know, God, you know it's not the end, it's the start. Say it's random, say it's I'm crazy, say whatever you want, baby. But guess what? This train, this train's bucked. This train's wild. This train called Kate is God's fucking child. Remember that, because God, you're the child of God too. So make fun of me, put me in your zoo. I'll get out of it. I'm strong. So are you. While you keep lifting me down, I'm going to keep lifting you up. Keep spinning me around. I'm growing from it. From weakness turned to strength. I don't give a fuck about a race. I got God's grace. I just had to speak that because I needed to get it out. My state, only my state of being matters. I have to say this again. Circumstances don't matter. Only my state of being matters. Materializes experiences. What state of being do I prefer? Love. Then behave that way. That is all there is. To that idea of centering chest, like the Cheshire cat, on conditional love. I need to water my ego, not kill it. The diving mask, murky, murky diving mask to make it clear. Like scuba diving. I had to experience the ego in a different way. And yes, I speak in poetry, I speak in sonnets and parables, because that's how I know. That's how I can speak to help, to teach, and become teachable. Tell me when I'm wrong. Show me. Don't judge me. Don't kick me while I'm down, though. And I say that, and the shit will still continue. It don't matter. Faith has a way of uh, discerning my most devout followers when they least expect it, said Jesus. The stairway to spiritual perfection, that is heaven, truth. See, I'm in the middle. I'm not perfect. I'm imperfect, but I'm here for a reason. I'm here to walk with the ones that are hopeless. Even if they can't feel it or see it, I'm holding space. When I close my eyes, I can see Christ right now holding reins, and I got the other end with a bridge, helping them walk across. You can believe what you want. I've seen Bigfoot walk across. My visions come out of solar lights. I've seen Ezekiel's wheel up with Jesus on the moon. I've seen so much. I've been looking into the cabinet of masks. I wonder about that. My goals, let's see. My goals, July 6/25, this was like a couple months ago. Love was number one. Pray and meditate daily. Get my house in order. If my house is in order, I'm not in order. So clearly I'm not in order yet. Never give up. Never change my thinking. I had to move, sir. And I had to, when I start thinking negative, because that's, you can manifest that, but then they'll manipulate and tell you that you're doing it. No, no. Don't believe that. Stay strong. Hold on to who you are. Again, we shit for no one. Do not fear service to others. Recognize the God within, the God around. Cleanse self. Strengthen my weakness by looking at self and being grateful for others, letting others in, connecting with others. But I'm not going to connect with you. Let me tell you something. If you're eerie about me and it's a game to you and you keep throwing me up these roller coasters, I'm done. I've seen it tonight. I don't want it. I don't want to be around somebody that cannot see the love that burns inside me. I'm not being tested anymore. I was tested with Job. Ink to paper. Ink to paper. That's the way. That is the way. Doesn't even matter. I'm in a really mood. I'm trying not to be because I don't want that energy coming up. This is what I wrote a long time ago. And I'm gonna end. I said, what is wrong with me? I question things far too much. I don't know if anybody else has done this. Speak on it, man. Put it out there. Write about it. So the angels, so God, so other beings, ancestors, so they can talk Jesus, whoever you could choose to call your higher power can manifest this and transmute it. And check out what Jesus says. He talks about love. He says, we will be recognized. We will be known as his disciples by our love. Not by our sins, by our love. By turning the other cheek. Anyway, I desperately feel the need to be heard, which prevents the very thing I seek, because patience is a virtue. Why do I feel like I am playing in some movie? Probably because I am. Maybe I am waking up to a truth. I have looked past the grail. Why do I feel like my life is tangled or entangled? Because it is. What you claim, and so it is. You are Kathleen Suzanne Tribble, La Palmer. You are open. You open yourself up to answers. This was when I channeled. This was automatic writing that you that have you at the moment that you weren't ready to hear at that moment until now. You are a beautiful being because I open myself up to see beauty in all things. With light comes the shadow to follow. Yeah, this was channeling. Everything you hear is not true. Oh, say that again. You are not dumb, Kate. Yeah, this was channeling. You have walked with me, silly. You have swam many rivers with me, oceans, and sometimes I carried you without you even knowing. This was Jesus talking to me. I was automatic writing, and I could feel it. Anyway, or without you even knowing or understanding what happened. You have had many things occur that you chose to have happen, planned, signed before you left me. You must not give up. Besides, you have never been one to quit. Your faith is the very thing that holds and guards you. Like the armor of God, I don't take off. I will break through any matrix, any lack that will ever prevent you from our work. You were able to change in ways I can't even believe. However, calming your thoughts and stop allowing the energy of others to hold you down. Stop giving others your power. Stop allowing words as a crutch to take you out there and have you bipolar in a roller coaster on an epic ride. Get the fuck off that ride. I sent messengers to children that are mine, that I gifted you as guides, teachers of light and darkness. You are finally starting to see. I sent you boats. I sent you uh, cars. I sent you rehabs. I've been there so much for you, and I don't give up. Is this going to be the cycle you break free from holding yourself back? Your light, it can brighten the universe, and your darkness can destroy universes, if not balanced. Damn. You are not scattered. Many healers, angels, guiding guides, some dark, some light, yet all help to put your pieces back together slowly, Tiamat. You are remembering. I do this to keep you humble, child. Yes, definitely was channeled. You are my sun and my moon. Stubborn, mean at times, crazy but lovable Kate. Your family has cost you time and your knowledge. I don't know what to see when I automatic write when I'm channeling. I just write. And your knowledge and wisdom of that has replaced the wasted time that you spent doing drugs as a manual to refine you. Do you think I tried on, right? Do you think I died on the cross, resurrected for only certain people, certain beings? No, Kate. I physically created a map for all of you. And because you all were not listening to my calls, my teachings through my children like Krishna, Abraham, Thoth, Osiris, Set, Zeus, Tiamat, David, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, James, Hathor, Mary Magdalene, Blessed Mother Mary, Joseph, Solomon. I could go on and on. Isaac, Sheba, Esther, Ruth, Zeus, Medusa, Lucifer, Raphael, Michael, Uriel. I could go on and on and on. Gabriel. Many names were essences of me. A name far to my, I don't know what I did here, until love had become, got far too, what, previous, I don't know, until love had become a word with limits. And even though the sharp yet passing wisdom of Buddha, of Amun Ra, Muhammad, Genshe, Vinshu, I don't even know, and new power, money, tangible things like technology started growing. Atlas, a garden that was never meant to be used for control. Instead, it was replaced. Your kingdom. This is horrible because it's when I channel. It's hard for me to. I told I told you the kingdom of God is within and around. Mic drop. I sound saved. Anything is possible. I said anything is possible with Christ. Follow the name of Christ. Christ has been the one setting your table, waiting for you to come home. Remembrance. How much you even went through. Your mistakes are loved, your flaws and all. I said, come as you are. Table already set. Because I know if you sit by me, you can't do anything but change. Because that's the divinity and love within us all that's connected. I had to physically come down and teach men and women what love truly is and is not. I saw men and women die in thoughtless wars. I had to allow it. Do you know how much that hurt me? Because I gave you free will. Balance. I had to let the balance run its course until wisdom forgot to love, became more involved in trying to figure out my plans and my ideas and my mysteries. Any mysteries that I give you, my plan for you, like Jeremiah 29:11 states, I will give to you. Do not seek out for your own personal gain. That's why, my child, why you stayed spinning. Your willingness to honor me, to hold me, and to hold yourself accountable has been heard through the universe. You have touched frequencies that have blown beings away. Why? Because of your authenticity and your heart. Stay humble. You are nothing without me, without your family. Remember that. Hold on to your light. Kate, don't give it away. Mentally, go into, I don't know, my forever pool. Don't end of water. Oh, I have to remember that. Yeah, because I was giving all this energy away to everybody, talking to everybody, but I was tapping into my own water, and God told me, like, no, there's Osirian water. I provide all kinds of water for you. Use your mind, connect it to your heart, take it out your head through your feet to the crystal, all the way down to my water that's infinite. Use that. Um, see that light, so your cup isn't empty. I am proud of you, Kate. You still have a long way to go. But P.S. You already know that, though. You just choose to be the beacon for both dualities. Because you are right, there are no bad seeds, only seeds that many or may need to be frozen a little bit and planted at another time. Your love for me is precious and appreciated. Your love for all is known. However, I did not die for you and only you to worship me and then turn around and rot. Sure, the love you have for me with everyone else is beautiful. This is crazy, man, when I fucking say but be you, Kate. You don't need to be anybody else. Be you. You are your highest self. Stop listening to other things. I think you can feel by now and not be gullible about when I'm talking to you and I'm one of many talking to you, and when the matrix or when darkness, and sometimes you manifest that shit, is trying to break through. You don't think I can crack through any matrix? The time's coming. Let's see. Um, else except yourself, Enoch, Ezekiel, Jesus. I go on and on. Remember, without a woman's words, oblivion destroys. Do not stop. Okay? Keep going, keep swimming, keep focusing on what is or isn't me. I leave my footsteps on very unexpected beings that I honestly didn't think you would even notice. Yes, the feathers you pick up, those annoying gnats that fly by you, the coffee grinds that come out of your skin. Think of Hebrews. I'm not going to tell you the verse, but you know it. Be careful who you entertain. It could be an angel. Hebrew. We're in you. I'm giving you tunnel vision, Kate. Not to hate, to get upset, to use anger. Anger comes from fear. Self hate, that equals war and violence. Lies, that it equals manipulation, isolation, and imprisonment. You had your share of all of those. You let go of those, and yes, you are still flawed. But your whole being got replaced and got renewed, transformed the mind. like it talks about in Romans 8. So now there is no confusion. I'm not speaking about my Krishna or Radha love or our Father who also came to teach you through chorus and softness, chords and softness. And you blew my mind when you held space and observed and loved. For glimpses I saw you through the innocence that you truly are. I said glimpses because you can go back to, well, your angry side, but never in the way that you used to. Your whole being has changed, Kate. When you predetermine what what you think I am going to do, that means you shot the bow and you are trying to follow where it goes. Knock that shit off. Completely surrendering is arching the bow, taking your hands off the bow and letting me put it to where I need it to go because I know you better than you could ever know yourself. Because your faith is moving mountains and the beings who resonate are with you even though you can't see them. You did a lot of messed up shit, Katie. It'll take time. What? You know how I am about time? It doesn't exist, so stop and just be you and heal. There's so much, and I'm just going to not talk. Okay. Katie, you are not a monk, Kate. You are not someone who goes with the crowd anymore. The very gift I gave you, besides love, is that you miss about yourself is your vision, your ability to see the hearts of my children, their purity, even at their darkest form, no matter gender or skin color or what they look like. Everybody talks about UFOs, and what did I tell you? My kingdom is not from here, so what does that mean? Nobody has my picture, right? And for that matter, nobody has any words in any scriptures all the way correct. You can feel what's inspired by me and what's not. That was done intentionally so you would seek me within. Yes, you did hurt others. Yes, you lied, cheated, stole, manipulated, participated, and participated in hurting others. You were addicted to your vices. However, everyone has choices, Katie. Stop carrying other people's bullshit. They are using you for a scapegoat, and I will step in. Just as your mother is beautiful and went through things you don't know, you are her sunshine, and she loves you, Kate, and she knows how beautiful you are. Forgive. She forgives you, and I know you forgive her. Let it go. And now you have forgiven, and now you have forgiven all the ones who have hurt you. You have asked for forgiveness, so move on. We have to complete this, Kate, your purpose. This is a process, so trust it. Everything's subject to change, by the way. I do that on purpose to keep you on your toes and pop that uh, ego, pop that pride, boastment. I'm going for now, but shh, I'm always watching and with. God, you see my handwriting. It's hard to love you. You don't have to seek validation from anyone. The being who loves you for you, they will come. Build it, Kate. Create it. Co-create with all your family, with all your heart. Build it, and they will come. The ones who are meant to. The ones who are supposed to be on your frequency will be on your frequency. Stay humble. Remember, no one is better than you, and you are better than no one. and or less than. Do not allow the ones who aren't ready to write with us block you or feed it. I don't know what that means. You are forgiven. Remember all the sacrifices I have gone through. Alpha and Omega. You figure that out. I told you to seek and find me, and you will. I left you little eggs. Continue to seek me. We'll destroy this matrix. We'll make it balance, all of us. Have beliefs. I am omnipresent. See, you already let me in. Ha ha ha. I love you. That ego of yours, the one that self-hates and self-sabotages your thoughts, I know what you do before you do it. So just know it's already been done. You've already been saved. We're waiting for you to believe it. Remember whose you are, not who you are. And feed it with love, not with hate. Feed your face or your doubt will starve. Continue to alleviate the violence, because violence equals violence, but love breaks through violence. So does life. Realms unseen yet heard, you and your cries. I have saved you from so many overdoses. Can't you at least trust me? So have no fear and don't allow them to feed off of you. I put a stop to that too. What they don't realize, they will. And I do that with love. They're my children too, but I am upset. We love you and we are watching. You are the phoenix rising and the beacon of light. You are, I don't know what this says, to be will come when you lose control and surrender. If and when, how and why. Oh, if you stop asking those questions. Faith moves mountains, and I am hidden in plain sight. And no, don't try to look where, because I'm everywhere. Alright, so I thought that was pretty cool. I'm going to keep automatic writing because it's definitely not me channeling, writing those words down. It helps me realize my strengths and my weaknesses. But anyway, I love you guys. Have a good night and stay blessed. Bye. Hello, this is Kate, and it's Unsugarcoated Podcast. Today, I wanted to talk a lot about the earth shifting, about my beliefs, my feelings, and without fear. And I'm just going to flow today. Cannot wait. Brian Bowden, who is an amazing guy. He has a podcast every Sunday, I believe, and Wednesday. It's a couple podcasts called Third Eye Wise, and he's a musician. He is a knight, so it's actually Sir Brian Bowden, and medium. Um, he's got so much knowledge, and just he's in the knowing, if you know what that means. Today, I wanted to read some stuff that I had wrote down, just because I feel like it might resonate with somebody, and just the universe tells me to do this, so I'm doing it. I don't edit, as you guys know. I'm just flowing, and whoever reads this, whoever hears this, hears it. I'm learning today not to be so attached to matter, and I'm learning that my father, my beautiful mother, divine, the Christ consciousness, my husband, Jesus Christ. It sounds crazy, but I'm not crazy. I'm being real and going on what I feel. So to me, Christ is so much more than just a name. I think labels are for jars, and before I believe I told you guys, my counselor had actually told me that, so I can't coin that quote, but Jesus Christ is so much more. I know because I am a living descendant, a living, breathing being who feels deeply connected to Jesus. I have had many experiences, many, with my ancestors, with my lineage, right? We all are called and have a purpose. The earth, as you know, is shifting. This planet is moving in energies that people are either dealing with it the correct way, which is flowing, accepting, um, transforming, renewing our mind, not being attached to fame, not being attached to how many likes, not being attached to, um, so caught up in ego that we forget our purpose. And I pray, and I'm asking right now, my father and mother, I'm asking Jesus, I'm asking Buddha, all this into masters to please tap in and never humble me, keep me humbled, because I want to help. I don't want to be charged for this. Like I think about things like the Bible, and we should never have to pay for a Bible, for something that is given, freely given from our ancestors to ignite us and unify us. And I get upset because I'm very passionate about what I believe, as anyone should be. If you believe in something deeply and you want to share it and talk about it and become a teacher, because I'm not there yet. The universe is still guiding me and will always continue to, my ancestors, my angels, our angels, will continue to guide me, because I know I'm flawed every single day. However, I am learning that I am a beautiful being and that I am enough and that I need to stand firm on my beliefs, because I know that I'm being called. I can see it. I have visions. I have proof with the universe showing these beings to me and allowing me to video it, and nobody can understand. Whoa, what is that? That is God. That is God waking us up, trying to wake me up and say, Katie or Sophia, a part of Sophia, get up. That is not important. What is important is your purpose. There are so many of us that have suffered through trauma, that have hurt others, that have been violent. I have been violent, and I've also suffered from domestic violence. There are so many that have suffered through sexual abuse. There are many that have suffered through being victimized or being the culprit when they didn't do it. They didn't uh, rape someone, or someone falsified things. I falsified a lot of things in life. I've been the biggest liar, the biggest manipulator. However, that person died. That's no longer me today. Again, I am flawed. I am a being who is not perfect, and I don't want to be perfect. Perfection, I think if you're perfect, you know everything, and you know what? You don't seek. And I think the joy that I get, the high that I get, is far greater than that needle that I used to stick in my arm when I seek the face of God, when I seek spiritual truth, when I feel the spirit, and when I am beginning to understand what Jesus was talking about, what Buddha, Krishna, what the love of Seti and Shiva, Osiris and Isis and Horus and Re and Ra, Thoth, like all these amazing beings, right, who are coming down to connect with us, Allah, like Enyo, Inki, all these beautiful beings. And we as human beings want to always justify and say, oh, they want to attack us. Well, if they want to attack us, they wouldn't have shut off the nuclear bombs as they did in the 70s so that we didn't kill ourselves. We're being called to connect, to find ourselves. Why are we here? Why am I here? And let me tell you something. When I began to recognize that I had a purpose, like that I wasn't just this inmate number, that I wasn't just this thief or this liar or this manipulator, that I was actually somebody, that I was a work of art, man, that I can create anything in my mind and I can manifest it into reality, right? God gives us discernment. We can feel it. I feel it. I can look at a TV and I'm not scared to say any of this. And no, that's from God. They're talking to me. That's a message from God. I can feel it. I can feel it in the aura. I'm starting to be able to work with light, and it's so beautiful. I saw a rainbow within this light. It's usually how my visions come. I'm usually in water, praying, meditating, and I'll see one eye come out. Or I've had a lot of mini visions that one day I will talk about in depth because it's very important. Another key thing for me is that the universe told me pen to paper. That's how you can really connect with me. It's a feeling. It's how I really float. It's the first thought, not the 10th or 11th, 12th, whatever, rough draft, right? Because that's being a perfectionist. It's learning. I have to learn to accept me for me, and no matter who doesn't like it, who doesn't agree with it, who condemns me, I have to go by my feeling. And I don't care if you can make the world, you can snap your fingers and make the world disappear. If you don't have love, you have nothing. The greatest thing in life, the greatest thing in this universe is love. And love is like a root. It's like a tree of life, right? And the root, the first thing we put down, right, is love, the seed of love. If you do not have love in your life, your tree will not flourish. Trust me. I have tried to plant many trees for me and have failed. This time, I have changed so much. And I know I talk about that because I'm proud of myself. Again, I have a lot more work to do, believe me. However, I don't, the change is epic. It's beautiful, and I'm called crazy. Some have called me a devil because I'm speaking what I feel, and it's not evil, it's different. It's a different kind of teaching about the universe, about spirituality, about love, about letting go of this meat suit, letting go of the person that we thought we were is probably the person we aren't. Like, I always wanted to own a boutique like my mother and sell clothes. I loved it. It was great. But it served a purpose because it taught me how to communicate with people. But I always thought, well, I wanted to do this. I want to be like this. No, I have to be like Kate today. Not like this person or that person. I am me for a reason. If I wanted to be Michael Jordan, God would have made me Michael Jordan. So it's just very deep to me what is going on this planet, in this universe. It's a shift like no other. And I know people feel it. I know they recognize it. They say it's the end of time or whatever. Really, the apocalypse, the mind of an ego taken over without having a spiritual connection of who you choose to call your higher power. It's your soul family. It's your lineage, your bones and your body. It's the freeing yourself by knowing that that person under the bridge shooting up is me. That king in that throne was me. That queen is me. The peasant is me. Because I had to learn how to see by being blind, meaning I had to understand that everything created, I have been a part of, and so have you. And we are all connected. We all breathe this air. So that's one connection that is easy to understand. See, I always like to complicate things, and I'm realizing that complication is self-sabotaging. It is lack of self-esteem. It's being incapable of truly freeing myself from the comfortable stage of my life to being uncomfortable and knowing. And once I began this journey, which I believe I told you I was in prison, that's really when it started, when I felt that right hand of God touch my shoulder, of Christ touch my shoulder in prison when I prayed, and I thought, if you're real, which I've always had a calling, I've always felt God, I've always been very connected and like almost like a magnet to the cross. It's very, it's like I was there. Okay. And even before. So I knew I had a calling, and I'm very deep, and I'm so deep people misunderstand me. Either I'm too much, I am too little and don't talk at all, or I'm just crazy, and trust me, like I have displayed all those feelings, all those behaviors before. And when I not call somebody out, I don't want to say that. I want to be called out, though. Call me out. If you're a friend, call me out. Like, teach me. See, what I'm learning is to become a teacher, we have to be teachable. If you call yourself a master, then you have to be teachable. And what breaks my heart is I am seeing people that I knew, that I know, who have had this spark in them. And I've been there. I know. So I've displayed all these feelings. I've seen them literally come into prison and preach and be this magnificent being, and then they get a big church and a bunch of followers. Now they're doing photo shoots, and they're attached to Matter and the likes on Instagram and the likes on Facebook and the likes on what is it, TikTok. Again, I've been there, and sometimes I'm thought I want some likes too. It's we do need to be validated sometimes. We do. I know people say like, "You girl, you don't need to be validated. Love yourself." Bullshit. I have to speak what I feel, my truth, and my truth is, if God only wanted one being, He'd create one being. He wanted a companion. He wanted family. She wanted family, right? We're spiritual beings, so I don't know if we have a gender. I think that we can manifest it. That's why you never judge a book by its cover. This is so much deeper, and I'm learning, and it's like blowing my mind, really. And I'm speaking about this because it hurts. It breaks my heart to find out. It's like when you are in prison and people go home and you're stuck there, right? Because I earned it. And they say, "Oh, girl, I love you so much. And you spent every day with these, you broke bread with them. And I'm going to write you. And so I'm going to take care of you. I got you." And I've been those people before. And then they leave and you never hear from them again until they come back. Because they usually come back. And, then you know what shelf to put them on. I became different by becoming less selfish and more selfless. I began writing and JPing, and people that hear this, probably most of them are my friends that were in prison with me. They can tell you I JP'd them at least once. I tried to, at least so you knew that you're not alone. That I'm still thinking about you. That you're loved. I tried to target really the ones that didn't really get mail a whole lot, because I know what that's like. Anyway, I'm speaking because it's heartbreaking that somebody can get so caught up and it's so easy. So what I'm saying is, is that if you have a calling on you, which we all do, and you have that sparks been ignited, and you have your higher power working through you, working in you, you can feel it in your DNA. It's something different. You're built different. If you feel it, hold on to that and don't ever forget where you were. Yeah, you died, that person, you're changed, but you also know what it's like. And so when you become whatever, with a lot of likes and followers and blah, 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 it's easy. I get it's easy to get caught up in that. It's easy to want, um, want that validation. But really the purpose is allow God to blow your mind. Allow yourself to not be in a box. Okay. Allow yourself to learn and to be of service. See, I feel like we slip into serving ourselves when we act like we're better than. That's just a feeling on how I feel. And I'm not talking to someone in particularly, because there's a few people that I've noticed that I know that have, either been chaplains or have been whatever, who wouldn't give you the time of day, don't talk to you, act like they don't know you because they've got a big church or whatever, or they talk and they're very brief, or if you ask them, hey, come on, you want to come on my podcast? Like I'm sharing how I'm, what the universe is telling me, and they don't respond, or they're too busy, or it's just so much and this and that. It's like, but isn't this about hope? Isn't this about love? Isn't this truly about loving one another and being less selfish? That's what I feel like. Again, I know it's a choice. I know we can choose fear or we can choose love. We can choose um, self-service or serving others. I know, I realize that. And I've served myself for a long time when I put a needle in my arm and didn't put my children first, or my family or my friends or neighbors or anybody for that matter. So I get it. And when I wasn't on drugs, I craved attention. I didn't face trauma. I didn't understand how much generations of trauma, of addiction, of um, chaos has ensued in families. So then you have to kind of be like a demon slayer and kind of break curses, man. And it's not easy. It is not easy. But the path that I chose is not easy. And I'm realizing that. I'm realizing that when the closer I get closer to Jesus, to Krishna, to all these ascended masters that I feel like I am meeting and that are around me when I meditate, and Buddha and the cross where I've been shown, is just so much more. And we're so closed-minded to it. And it's like darkness will come and will come and try to distract me. They don't want me to wake up. There is something that is just so deceitful and doesn't understand that we are all connected. That, yeah, you were ascended master, true, or you were this person or you were that person or whatever. We have to remove jealousy. We have to remove envy. We have to remove, oh, they hurt me, and this tit for tat. We have to remove that, because the darkest people, the people with the darkest past, the people that have made the worst choices, if God can move in them and they change and they turn from their wicked ways and their self dies, they are the diamonds in the rough. They are the shiniest ones. They are the ones that Jesus went and searched for. They are the ones that, and Jesus was very authentic. He didn't care if you were a rich man, if you were a poor man, if you were in jail, man, he was like, come as you are. And I believe that our Father sent him down to tap in, to say, we need of women, the spirit. We need the spirit around here. We need the masculine and feminine to unite. And it's going to be so hard. It's going to be painful. You're going to be accused of things that you didn't do. You're going to be ridiculed. You're going to be talked about. You're going to be called many names, but you will overcome it, because greater is he that is in me than greater that is he that is in this earth. And I'm not, like I said, words, people look into much to words. Okay, they're only meaning if I give it meaning. So he, she, whatever. It's about feeling, okay? And we have to evoke masculine and feminine, the spirit, okay? Which is so much deeper, and I'm understanding it. I'm understanding, and I can feel compassion now instead of just passion. I'm understanding that love is so much deeper than sex. It's so much deeper than a blowjob and a smile. I'm real. I'm not a preacher. I'm not any of that. I'm just was told to do a podcast, speak truth, and don't worry about money. Don't worry about likes. Don't worry about, because I used to. I used to. I am a caretaker. I want to make sure that whoever I'm with, family, boyfriend, girl, whatever, I want to make sure that they're taken care of. And to the fault where my glass is always empty, because I'm always giving it to everybody else. And this time it's different. It's like I have to have balance today and understanding. I have to tap into all the spiritual books. I have to. Because I'll go right back to the Bible. Seek and you'll find me everywhere, right? That means I'm the Alpha and the Omega. You know how deep that is? The Alpha and the Omega, beginning and end. All the spiritual books would see we did something. We took out things. We added things. We interpret things not based on feeling or the spirit, not allowing God to teach us, not allowing the universe to teach us, not understanding that this person that is looking at tarot cards, or this person that is truly uh, putting their forehead to a tree and connecting with nature, Mother Earth, because it's conscious, we condemn, oh, they're a witch, they're this, or they're a It's like, when you point those fingers at that person, you're pointing them right back at yourself. Because trust me, you've been that person. And what I've learned is usually when I have to, now, I chin check myself. When I'm irritated with somebody, when I'm upset about somebody, when I have jealousy in my heart or envious in my heart, it has nothing to do with that person and everything to do with Kate. Either I am jealous, envious, I want what they have and I can't have it, I couldn't manipulate them, or I could, just, that's just sick, toxic shit. Now, when I get upset with someone, it's not about them. It's about me. What can I do? Can I set boundaries? If I don't like what somebody's doing, doesn't mean I don't love them. I don't love their behavior. And I've tried to plant seeds. And hopefully have planted seeds. And they planted seeds within me, because I'm sure that I've displayed so many different behaviors that they didn't like. It's recognizing, what can I do? What can I do to make this situation love? To make it not feel uncomfortable. And then once I do that, here it is, it's resignating. I'm sorry if I've hurt you, anything, and they don't respond or whatever, then that's on them. That's how we make peace within ourselves and with God, right? And see, people are so like, oh, the reincarnation. No, this is not. Listen, yeah, there are games being played. Matrix is being played. There is some crazy shit in this world, right? But it's if we fall into it. If I believe it, I will not play a game. I will not be tapped in and compete. Do you think God made us to compete? Uh, Meaning not just for fun, because that's fun when you can learn to compete and play sports and have sportsmanship if you lose. Because if people were open-minded, they would realize when you lose, you win also. Because when you lose, you actually learn from that if you're open-minded to it. If you're not so stuck in ego that you're so mad at this person for doing this that you can't even change yourself and don't even realize you're putting yourself in the coffin. I know, again, I've been there. So I'm speaking about this particular incident because I had something come up. And I'm not going to put it out there. I'm not going to put anybody's name on it, but I have been reaching out to this particular person who is I look up to, and he is a teacher and a preacher, and and but also I also have to understand their perspective and not feel so entitled because I do have that as well. I'm a work in progress, but I'm gonna call it as I see it because it's happened repeatedly. And I'm thinking, well, if we're fishers of men and women, and we're trying to unite as a whole, okay, remove the jealousy, remove the envy, unite and learn from each other, okay? I have talked to so many different masters, shamans, priests, who don't, they don't even allow you to speak because they know it all. And that you I pray that if somebody hears this and they're practicing that, humble yourself, realize that the person that's coming to you for help is help. You're getting help too. And if you don't think that you can receive help from somebody you're helping, then you probably should go on TikTok and start influencing because ego's taking over. Just being real. Anyway, I just wanted to share that, and I know my fucking thoughts are scatter, batter, dipped in. Let's have a fish ride, lot. But guess what? I'm coming from my heart because I care. My intentions are truly pure. They really are. My heart, I'm walking with pure intentions. I really want to see good in people. And I know that God is training me, that the universe is not testing, training me to become the warrior, the teacher, the healer that I am already and just don't believe it. Okay? Because it's still a work in progress. I still have self-esteem issues. And I'm good with that. I want to continue. Like God flows through me. I'm tapping into different elements. And if you truly walk with a pure heart, people are like, oh, that's mad. No, if you put love first, truth, put God first, which is love, and things will happen in your life that you're going to be like, am I a magician? What is? No, it is the Spirit, the Holy Spirit that comes. Like the Native Americans talk about the Great Spirit. I'm deeply connected to them in Egypt and Europe and the universe and animals and nature. And so was Yeshua, Jesus. So was Osiris. Gosh, I could talk a lot about Osiris as well. Anyway, I'm gonna just share this. I don't know if I edited this because I just picked shit up just because I like to flow. I want it to be authentic. All right. Think outside the box. Knock, knock. Some divine, beautiful being is coming. Coming into unity for the ones who want to be free. And believe who you want to believe in, but have a higher power that takes you to the true Father, the true Mother. I want to be cleansed, set free. God is showing me. My Father is showing me. My mother is teaching me that God didn't create not one bad seed, not one, not one. He is the Alpha and the Omega. People are so quick to say, the devil, Satan, God, okay, so if you believe that God is all knowing, all powerful, omnipresent, he knows the past, the present, the future. Do you think God is going to create something? Lucifer, they call Lucifer. He fell, he was, or she, could be, you never know, was so, because everything was he in the Bible, but everything was misinterpreted also. So, you think God is going to say, I said that Lucifer was one of my favorites, and Lucifer got a little bit ahead of himself or herself and fell or whatever. You think God would let somebody be tormented? No, it's a choice. We have to redeem ourselves, and that is by transforming. That is rebirth, not going and killing ourselves or, whatever. It is actually symbolically dying to our old ways and recognizing, suing the darkness that we have caused, that I caused, and having it collide with the light. Because you can live in darkness, right? Can you walk into a light room and consume darkness? No. But you can with light. But that's how we have to get honest and get to that root of why this is going on. His wife, the Divine Mother, the Holy Spirit. See, the crucifixion means so much to me, so much more than I had ever known. Jesus not only was beaten, he was spit at, he was blamed of being a false Messiah, a false healer. He was bullied. He was made to look like a fool. He suffered. He endured all of this abuse and condemnation, all these beatings and betrayals from his closest friends to his biggest enemies. I mean, his best friend sold his location for money. Doubting Thomas or Peter denied him, and yet they were called his disciples and his closest companions and brothers besides Mary Magdalene. And I believe he said to Peter, the church is going to be built around you. And Peter denied him how many times? Adam and Eve. I keep hearing about how Adam and Eve, this is what happened. These creatures came down. Who cares what? Let's just get to how can we learn from it. So the events were in the books, not just the Bible. They were in the Vedic text. They were in the Hindu text. They were in, the Sumerian text. The Quran, they're talked about. So all these stories are so similar. So similar. Only one, though. Only one talks about walking a heavy cross on your back after getting beat, which that should have killed Jesus, but it didn't, because God had a plan and he was tapped in. His Father tapped into him and the Spirit. So I seek daily truth. Spirituality, see, it's not just about the name Jesus. The name Jesus means a lot, everything, but not what I believed before. It means so much more. It's the Christ consciousness. It is so much more than what I believed. Um, I thought if I looked into other books or the past or my ancestors that I'd be condemned, I'd go to hell. I'm a horrible person. I must be demonic, because I think that what Buddha talks about when he says when we suffer, we get strength. Well, it talks about that in the Bible. So I had to change my thinking. The universe showed me, like, oh, Jesus, Buddha, that's Jesus' cousin. Both, uh, that's Jesus' kid. Let's talk, just, it's our perception. It's our beliefs that have been indoctrinated because it was built. And I hate to say this, but this planet wasn't supposed to be built on power, idolizing money, idolizing um, ugh, our bodies, our vanity, to the point where we are so selfish we can't even see who the fuck we are because we wear so many masks. And I've been there, I've done that. It's not about that. It's not about putting poison in our veins. Imagine our parents up in the heaven or in the sea, wherever, all around, watching what they created just shatter, watching their world that they created for us to enjoy, to live, to love, to learn, and watch it just shatter. How do they feel? I think about that like, wow, look what Jesus did. Look what Krishna did. Look what Ganesha. He was a child who had his head cut off, and his mother went and got an elephant and put on his head. And he overcame a demon and started riding on a mouse. It's so powerful. There's and there are so many. You are called to a person that you love, that you're connected with. Yes, I believe that. I know it. But we have to evoke the Trinity within ourselves. We have to connect. We cannot be so closed-minded. We cannot put God in a box. Okay. Anyway, where was he at? See, I don't know why I'm like so like whatever, but I'm just passionate 'cause today somebody was like really denouncing God, denouncing Christ, and that's their belief. And I have to let people be where they're at because when I believe something, I am so persistent, which can be good and bad, that I will keep knocking at your door until you allow me to be heard. Because if you interrupt me and I allowed you to talk, I will just keep coming. Like, no, this is what I'm telling you. You know, I don't like. This is what I felt. I know it was physical. It wasn't a dream. Like, it's real. The Matrix is real. Like, we have choices. Wake up. Anyway, he did this. He carried the cross for every man, every woman. He did it on his back. He had 3 nails in him. Think about that. He had a thorn of crowns on his head. They mocked him. And he looked up at the sky and he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That's deep. What a, what a being. And he said, he wasn't a human. Guys, are aliens real? He's an alien. And I'll be condemned for that, but it's true. He said, when they said, "Where's your kingdom at?" You ought to be a king because you're performing all these miracles. You rose Osiris or Lazarus from the dead. Oh my God, you cured and pulled out 7 demons out of this woman. Who are you? Where's your kingdom? He said, my kingdom is not of this world. See, people are so quick to assume. That's another thing. It's not a feeling. It's assuming. Assuming. Well, if you are not tapped into your mind and your heart and to the all, you're teaching from ego. Ego is meant to motivate me, to work out, to motivate me to do another set of push-ups when I don't want to motivate me, bitch, you better fucking do it. You are a boss. You are, I'll start talking shit. That's the ego. You train it. You say thank you because we need the ego. People are so quick to say, kill the ego. No, you have to have balance. Okay? See, that's the connection with ourselves. And we cannot connect with our inner child until we have balance with our ego. Period. And then we can have the soulmate oneness, the feeling. Okay? That's what I feel. That's just what I feel. So anyway, I said, guided by the light and love that Jesus provided. I can feel so much compassion from the beatings and the betrayal, from the misunderstanding his teachings, from him being heard yet still misunderstood. His love is like John's love, right? Love. Beautiful, like Solomon, like David, like just so many ancestors and so many people who, and women, Sophia, Mary Magdalene, there's so many holy scripts out there that we aren't privy to. And it's wrong. The Vatican is hiding so much, I have been told. Have I been to the Vatican? No. But I have watched many podcasts and I have watched many shows about this archive that is 5 miles long that is prohibited from the outside unless you're classified to or privy to view it. You can't even bring a piece of paper in there. Think about that control. And it's not judging the Vatican. We all have to answer for what we do. And if we change who we are, I think the universe has like this sonar ear or ears that it's like she is tapped in and notices it. And then like once we remove all these masks, then we start seeing our angels, our guides, our messengers, our higher power. But we have to be honest, and it starts with love and truth. If you're not being honest and you're with somebody, okay, who is being honest and who has changed, and they recognize that, you can't blame them. It's a feeling. When you're tapped in, man, I can see so much and understanding. That's what I'm saying. Get up. Come on. We should want, even the person that molested me, to get up, to get to change, because there go I. We have to find similarities in all that is, because God created it. Not condemn, not be jealous, not anything. If we think we look like trash, then we are trash. Our perception of how we look is who we are. Because we're so just golfed with the outer appearance. I know, I used to sell makeup. I used to eat makeup. I loved it so much. I could give a shit less. I'm about to shave my head. That's where I'm at, really. Because it does not matter, man. This isn't what's important. It's used to show us how to take care of our temple, how to learn from it, how can we grow from it, how can we learn how to treat our body, how we can learn how it's a temple. I need to quit smoking. I do. I know I do. But right now, I'm not. I haven't. I know it's a process, and I know I will. When God wants to remove that craving, God will remove that craving. The universe knows I'm dealing with a heck of a lot right now, and I think God is a fair, just God, and that's key too. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. So, anyway, so Jesus, as he's walking up to the cross, I thought about this. Yeah, I like to think of symbols because I think God puts a lot of symbols out there. Like, seek his face all around. You'll see him everywhere. I do. I see her, him, whatever. I see lights, orbs everywhere. A face, right? And I never used to see that before because I was so engulfed in Katie. I wasn't tuned in. If I told somebody I was doing yoga, meditating, and putting up my fucking forehead to a tree, they'd be like, yeah, right. That bitch is fucking, she ain't dead. She ain't dead from that dope. She ain't dead from, she didn't get
uh, fucking jumped because she was so disloyal to people. She didn't, like, it's crazy. If I can change, anybody can change. I can tell you that. And anyway, I closed my eyes and did a meditation. I could feel Jesus. I was sitting in Indian style. Jesus was right next to me. We were touching our foreheads, and I had my hands up. It was beautiful. It was like his heart is in me, as his heart's in you, right? And then I was like, what is this about? It was spinning around a circle, right? And then I saw all these avatars of Krishna, Buddha, all the Ganesha, Allah, like all of them tapped into him, right? Women too. Remember, he's the bridegroom. People were like, what the heck? Man, just ask God, truly seek, be open-minded, don't be closed-minded, don't condemn. You'll get the truth. Truth's out there. Anyway, I envisioned this, and then I saw him at the cross, and I think it's because the Moreau Institute had a meditation. You can use their app; it's really cool, and you can talk to spirits. It's beautiful, right? Because energy does not die; it transforms, or it stays, or whatever it does. Um, but it doesn't die. And however, it's a choice. We are shifting. We are creating a new earth. Are you coming? I am. But first, I'm gonna. If I'm the last person here to help somebody, I will help them because that's who I am. Y'all can go up. I'm gonna sit here and write it out with my sisters and brothers and make sure that they're okay. Because I would hope and pray they would do that for me. That's what love and camaraderie and connection is. But if God calls me and wants me to do this or has, well, I obey you because I know what God has done for me. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about meditating and feeling him. So I was told to feel like you're at the cross and your forehead is bent over and you are touching the cross that Jesus was hung on. Okay? Just imagine that. You can feel Mary, his mother, right? Just walking, trying to move through this crowd who really, it's like cheerleading. It's like watching the UFC. I have nothing against UFC. I can't watch it. The violence is kind of crazy, but I have to sometimes. I know that I have to because I have to learn in order to transmute darkness, we have to understand it. Um, and sometimes you have to see things that aren't always real positive. And could you imagine this is her son who's getting crucified for allowing a man who is paralyzed to walk, for allowing this blind man to see, for raising a brother from the dead. And the ones that he healed that were his best friends walked on water. Some of them betrayed him. Just imagine her feelings. Yet she understood. She understood that his strength. She understood the purpose. And no matter what, she didn't say, Jesus, come down. Don't do this, Jesus. Just tell him. Tell him you're not the Son of God. Just tell him no. She stood tall. She stood strong. I think that's important, man. And I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue this on the next episode. So I have a lot to do. My kids are getting ready to get home, but I wanted to talk about Mary Magdalene. I wanted to talk about Hathor, the Knights in Armor, like just things like that. Anyway, I know it was scattered podcast, and really probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but these are raw thoughts. They're unsugarcoated. That's all I can say. Have a great day. Love you all.
Hey, this is Kate. So I thought I'd share just another another two poems that I wrote because I feel like no matter what happens in my life, I have my ancestors, I have beings, spiritual beings surrounding me, and I want you all to remember, if anyone tries to do anything to you negativity, God will always, if you believe, God will always turn anything dark into light if you allow her to do it, or him to do it. See, greater is he that is in me, or he or he and she in me, then greater is he and she in me, than greater is in the world. Meaning, like Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within and around. But the first thing is within. And uniting, like the Holy Spirit, I had to do that in within me. See, what I realize is when I'm climbing that ladder, every time I climb, each climb up, and I climb down too, because it's the same thing. But every time I go up the ladder, the rest of the ladder falls off because I'm shedding my skin like a snake. I had to blow my mind. I had to allow the universe, Christ consciousness, to speak through me. And what I had to do was open my mind and heart to let go beliefs, to not the indoctrined bullshit that we've been told, that I was told. I had to come to Christ, come to Suganaka, come to even my ego, Yakamaguchi, as a childlike mind. Now, childlike mind is how God says to come to us, right? Come to him, come to her. Why? Because children see things far better, far differently than we could ever see. Or I know me. Their imagination never, ever, ever, ever can touch an imagination of an adult. Maybe to sometimes it can. But children, man, they see past all the bullshit and into one's heart. They're like animals. They can feel energy. They're not worried. They probably they ask so many questions because they don't understand this world. This world where humans are funny and different, and adults are yelling and arguing and abusive, and some are funny, and some, but yet they still find a way to have an imaginary friend, or believe in magic, believe in and know God, sometimes better than we know Jesus, sometimes better than we do, sometimes better than preachers. Why? Because their minds are open. They haven't been indoctrinated. They don't know about that racism. They don't know about all the hatred. That's not what moves a child, in my opinion. They're like sponges, so remember that. When you want to speak negativity, when you think you want to go out there and do dope, and you have a child, think about who you're hurting. When you want to go out there and you think it's bad and you want to kill yourself because you're stuck in a victim mode, stop being selfish and think about who you're hurting. We chose to come down here because we have a path, a purpose, a contract, if you must, to be light workers, warriors of Christ. I mean, that's who I am, and I stand on it. And see, that's what ignites me to keep going, is because Jesus saw, he went through in the prisons. Man, he picked and selected the warriors that were never some dude on a throne eating fucking caviar and had 6 wives. No, he picked the ones that you would never think of. Why? Because in desperation, those are the ones that are surrendered, that have went through hell and they came out of it. I'm going to say it again. A piece of coal, right? Once transmuted, can be the brightest diamond, the diamond in the rough, but we always miss it. We always judge it. We always condemn it. Really, we condemn what we don't know. Really, we condemn someone because we see something in that person that we want or we are jealous of or that we see in ourselves, if you want me to keep it real. And that's all I'm going to do. All right, let me light a cigarette. And yeah, I smoke. I'm trying to quit, but I don't believe in trying because you either be like Nike and do it or you don't. So I got on this Wellbutrin with my doctor, and I just started taking it. No, I'm not snorting pills. I know it sounds like that sometimes. I go, I'm getting over a cold, but and supposedly it's gonna help me quit smoking. So we'll see. I have faith. I quit doing dope, man. So if I can quit doing dope, and quit snorting pills, and quit the bullshit, quit lying, manipulate, man, I can throw down the cigarettes, even in the midst of storms. Another thing, always remember, no matter what you do, how you act, God sees all. Angels see all. Stop calling angels demons. Stop calling light dark. We don't know things. They are mysteries. What we don't know, we just need to observe and not condemn or judge. All right, I wrote this, I don't know, like 6 months ago, and I don't know why I said don't miss it. I was trying to be all cool and like hinty winty and throwing hints and shit, but I'm just gonna read what I wrote. Okay. I said don't miss it. Okay. Think outside, and none of these were written with AI either. So anyway, I heard somebody say something about no, you could check this out. No, I wrote this. And I'm not saying it's good or anything. It's beautiful because I wrote it and I'm a child of God. And I'm standing firm on love. And I'm going to stop downing myself because I've had enough people kicking me while I'm down. I don't need to continue to kick myself down. Remember, we shit for no one. Okay, don't miss it. Think outside the box. Knock, knock. Some divine, beautiful being is coming. And unity. And this isn't part of it, but I always imagine when I'm writing, I always imagine in my head like I'm meditating, like I'm flowing on water, like I'm walking on water, like I'm flying in the air like a bird, or I am under a waterfall and I turn into a mermaid. Like those are the things that we can do. We can create if our mind will be set free. If our mind can intertwine with the masculine and the feminine divinity of ourself and be connected to Christ and to all. But we have to start trusting. We have to stop being scared and having fear or being angry because really at the end of the day, anger is just that shell of an emotion. The core root of anger is fear. So embrace fear. Learn to love it so you can transmute it and it can be transmuted into love. I don't know what's going on with me today, but I just swirled. Sorry, let me finish. Coming in unity for the ones who want to be free. Believe who want to be cleansed, set free. Here's another hint, a golden egg or a silver one if you dare to seek for it. God didn't create any, not one bad seed. See, he is the Alpha, she is the Omega, his wife, the Divine Mother, the Holy Spirit, the blanket that covers us within and around. The crucifixion means to me so much more than I have ever known since I've been on the spiritual path. See, Joshua, or Yeshua, Jesus, Yeshua, the order of Melchizedek, whatever you want to call this beautiful being that came from the Father and had to physically create a map because the Watchers, the Nephilims, the angels, all the spiritual beings all over the universe, we were idolizing. We weren't loving. We were using our power for darkness. We were using the pyramids, not as that computer of free energy, but we were controlling it. We were enslaving others. Just imagine we are all God's children. So God's watching that. Our parents are watching that like, damn, I mean, I had to get a flood. I had to go pick game to Noah, get an ark built, and they still won't stop. You know, I mean, 40 years in the desert, it's always 40 years in the desert with Moses, who had to hand the wand over to Joshua, David, shit, Ezekiel, Enoch, all these beings of God, the essence of Yeshua. He says, seek me, you'll find me everywhere. In Krishna, Shiva, Buddha. It's the embodiment of Christ. She had to physically come down and draw a map to say, die to your old self. Die. That means the lying, the games, the manipulation, the addictions, the contradictions of bullshit, the stealing, the everything that we do because we're flawed. We're not ever going to be perfect. That's what I think makes us beautiful. That's how we feel. But we have to die to our old ways, and we will know it because we'll start seeing patterns. God will start showing up. Angels will start showing up in our lives that we call UFOs, but really it's our brothers and sisters, our ancestors. We look for a place called Atlas that's already here. It's in a frequency, and we can tap in it. It just makes me mad because it's like, when are we going to wake up and let go of all this indoctrination, all this control, all these different versions of the Bible? All we need to do is feel. God didn't make that Bible perfect on purpose. You want to know why? Because God said, look within. And you know what else I learned? I heard this on a podcast, and it really got to me. It made me, it lifted me, it gave me strength that I've never known, because it's a light bulb moment that helps me understand the Father, the Mother, the universe, our Creator, because we're co-creators. See, the sun and the moon shine on everything, right? It doesn't judge. It doesn't care if you're homeless. It doesn't care if you're rich, poor, if you're in prison, if you're black, white, Jamaican, if you're Chinese, if you're a dog, a sheep, a pink elephant. It doesn't care. You still get that sun, and you still feel that moon. It doesn't cost you a penny to feel it. That's how much the Father, the Mother loves us. That's how much the sun loves us. The moon loves us. He made a map. She made a map. The Last Supper. Come as you are. You come. Come with your needles and your heroin. I promise you won't be needing that after you have a chit chat at the chow hall with Jesus and Krishna and Shiva and Set and the chaos, because you gotta get broke down. I had to get broke down to get up. You have to. It's called alchemy. It's called a process. It's called the path. Only few go on it. Only few choose to go on the path. And of course, Jesus, see, we're doing it mentally. Jesus did it physically. He physically taught. He was the only one to tap into the lightest light. He physically got on that cross, got beat, got spit at, whooped. He created miracles, and people don't even understand how he united with Egypt, how he went down into the hell, into underworld, into the Duat, and was like, Osiris, Lazarus, your sisters, get up. Come on. And I don't even know the conversation that they had, but I know it was beautiful. And I know that it was something that, like, I'll be like Socrates. All I know is I know nothing. But it's something we need to think about. I don't know how I know this. I know that Jesus walked through Hathor's temple. There's a reason for that. I had a dream 2 nights ago that a white dove fell on my lap, and this woman looked at me and said, "You're activated." Craziest dreams, but I think God works with us mysteriously through mathematics, through the universal laws. And just like Jesus, just like him dying on that cross, dying to self, because that's what he said, pick up the cross, follow me, be fishers of men and women, follow me. And who was there when he rose? Because he did rise. Women, 3 women. I think 3 or 4 women. Gangster, huh? Mary Magdalene being one. Who, by the way, I think wrote Revelations. Who, by the way, I think was John the Baptist. I'm not really sure, but I know Thoth resided in her, or kind of united with her, to Sophia, the wisdom, the dragonness that we condemn. Shame on us. I don't know where that came from. Anyway, whew. The Divine Mother, the Holy Spirit, the crucifixion means to me, damn, I'm just like, I just switched it up. So much more than I've ever known. Jesus not only was beaten, spit at, blamed, bullied, made to look like a fool. He was called like a devil for let's see, healing the lepers, for raising the dead, for saying get up and walk, why there was a crippled man in a wheelchair and they came to him, while a woman who was bleeding to death, and he was walking, and all she did was touch his garment, and she was healed. And that's gangster to me. And he never judged. He didn't care. He was humble. He said, my kingdom's not of this world. Don't pray to me. Pray to the Father, the Mother. Like, don't, not to me. He was a humble heart, man. So he was blamed, bullied, made to look sorry. I get emotional because Jesus touched me physically twice in my life and pulled me out of the depths of hell with angels, with all these beings that I thought were dark, but really they broke me down. I'm not playing no games anymore, man. Jesus only, let me see, was blamed, bullied, made to look like a fool. The suffering he endured for all of us, the beatings from these men, the condemnation, the making fun of him. They were yelling at him, calling him, "Oh, you think you're God? You think you're God?" Well, if you say that, "Our Father, through art in heaven, hallowed be thy name." Thy means what? And all that shit. Okay, let me see. Sorry. Um, I get really emotional with this. All right. He endured. Okay. Like his best friend, his very best friend, that maybe, and who knows, they might have already planned this, but Judas, who is, one of his best friends, um, he said at the Last Supper, and don't quote me, I don't have a Bible by me, but he said, one of y'all is going to sell me out for 30, I think 30 pesos, 30 coins. One of you all is going to sell the one who walked on water, the one who fed you, the one who fed you. When there was 5,000 people and you doubted me, I fed you 5,000 people. I fed with 3 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And still you doubt me after I cursed a fig tree. You doubt me. We walk by faith, not by sight. And guess what? He said, and he still loved Judas. He said he was still part of his team after that. Because everything has a purpose and a plan, like Jeremiah 29:11 says. God knows everything. His purpose and plan. Don't have a Bible in front of me, but I know it's about God has a plan for us. Okay? I remember the verse. However, he kisses Judas and said, "Do it quickly." Meaning, it was gang. He was a gangster, bro. He said, "Do it quickly. Go tell him. Go do it quickly." And see, Jesus was still human. That was the cool part of Jesus, is that he had to come down and feel what we are going through, because it's not easy being a human. It's not easy to walk on the street and be judged for the way you talk or the way you look, or you might want like the same sex, or you might like to like rapping, or you might like to wear a certain outfit, and you're judged for it. And sometimes that I don't even want to go out there because I can feel people's energy. Instead of seeing the similarities, we like to look at the divisions. And that's not how Jesus was, man. He was gangster. He was like, he chased the rebels. He was like, come on, man. They're making fun of you. You come with us. That's that love, that pure love, man. That's gangster to me. And I hold it dear to my heart. And I think that he didn't judge, like Krishna. All of them are sitting at this table. They're the embodiment, the apostles, the everything, the avatars, whatever you want to call them. These spiritual beings are around us now. We just have to let go of our beliefs, man. We don't walk in fear because we're already saved. We are already saved. It's within us. It's within us. So anyway, so Judas goes. You guys know the deal. He goes and tells them because he wants that money. That money is what brings this whole world. That's where how wars, religions, everything starts, from gold, from adultery, and money, man. And he sold Jesus out. Jesus said, "Go do it quick." And he had like an hour. And he went. He said, "Leave me be. Look out for me." I think like Peter and Paul wasn't there yet. I think Peter and Mark maybe could have been John. He said, just watch out for me, because they were hunting for him, man. Hunting for a man who made miracles. That's all he did. Who fed people. And he said, just watch out. I got to go talk to my father. Right? And he goes and he says, "God, I can't do this. I don't want to do this, man. I can't. It's too hard." Because that's the human in him. He was human, part human. And he said, "But not by my will, but by yours I surrender. I surrender. Not by my will, but by your will." And then God just gave him a vision like Isaac, of Elijah, of Ezekiel, of Enoch, that were these essence of him, and of David, and just went up to heaven. And he's talking. He says, "How come you saved them? You spared Isaac. Why can't you spare me?" But no, no, no. John 3:16. God gave his one and begotten son to what? Save the world. He had to get on that cross, and he knew it. He told everybody, "I'm going to die. I'm physically going to die. You won't be with me anymore, but you will be with me spiritually. And you'll be cursed at." And James was walking like, "Man, I got a limp. Why can't you heal me? You heal everybody else. Why can't you heal me?" He said, "Because you have a purpose. I could heal you right now, James, but you have a long work to do. You have a lot to do. And they're going to talk about the things that you write." He foretold things. And then when he's out there, he's going, "Why?" And and then think about this. He's being tempted, right? He's being tempted like, you don't have to do this. You know, you can snap your fingers and it can all be over with. You don't have. And he just looked at him gangster and was like, "I resist you." And you know what it was? You don't know if it was his ego, because that's a human side. We don't know, right? We have to stay open minded, right? So he goes and he's walking, and he knows that his purpose is so much more. His purpose is so much more than just what we could even imagine. And his own mother, who loved him dearly, loved him dearly, even when she wasn't there, though Jesus was such a gangster. His apostles were like, hey, where's your mom? He said, you're my mom, you're my brother, you're whoever follows me, whoever I follow. See, he didn't believe in this slave shit. He washed their feet. That's how humble he was. And he walked. And Pontius Pilate's wife had a dream, a vision of a man, this God that was sent from God, that was Jesus, healing. He said, please don't kill this man. You're killing a man who's done nothing wrong. But because the Pharisees wanted him dead, because God forbid anybody making miracles, making magic happen, making whatever, God forbid that happen. He has to die. And you know what Pontius Pilate said when they first came? He said, oh, no, just let him be. He hasn't done anything. Let him be. Oh, well, he yelled and screamed at the temple. Yeah, they were selling. They were stealing at his church. They were gambling at his church. Yeah, he flipped the table. He didn't care. And finally, because of everybody wants to follow the power, follow the bullshit, he said, but your ranking, you won't look like a king. If you don't do something, you won't look like a king. He's battling with his marriage because his wife's begging him not to kill this man. Because she had a vision. That's how deep the story is. Not to kill this man. And yet, he's going, man, but the people, I'm so worried about being this high and mighty king. Oh, I want the clout. I want to be an influence. I want to chase the clout and the fame. But my wife's crying because she knows this man is a mighty man of God and does not deserve to die. And so, bam, they bring him. They bring him to Pontius Pilate, right? And he don't want to do it. He can tell. He even goes to the jail cell. He says, man, why are you doing this? Just say you're not. Say you're not the Son of God. Just say it. Just say, man, this could be done. Jesus said nothing. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the world. Like he just came back with just these gangster sayings that didn't cause hate. It was nothing but love, but it was real. And so Pontius Pilate, to look cool, was like, hey, go get that the barbed wire whips and go whip him. Just go lash him. That should be enough. Enough, man. He's getting whooped already in that jail. Boom, boom, taking the beatings for our sins. Because he had to come down for the bullshit we do, and we did. And he said, and then Pontius Pilate's like, that should be enough. I don't want to kill this man. I don't want to do it. I don't want. He was so uh he felt him, and he felt like, oh my gosh, the people, this man, all these things. But everything has a plan, a purpose, right? So they bring Jesus out, and all these high and mighty priests, these kings of the Jews who didn't understand, were going. And there was a guy named Bartimaeus, I think his name. Barabbas. I'm saying it wrong. And Dismas. No, I'm sorry, Bartholomew, I think it is. Okay, so they have him up and they have Jesus up. And Pontius is like, look, I can't do this. I wash my hands. This man hasn't done it. He washes his hands, and they're going crazy. No, I'm gonna let the whatever. Okay, you decide. I'll let the crowd decide. It's either Jesus or the one that killed many people and stole and was a serial killer. Which one do you want to be set free? Do you know how much control the priests had? How much control they said, I want Jesus to die. Just imagine that crowd and his loyal disciples, right? Now they're hunting for them. And he told Peter, he was so gangster, boy. He told Peter at the Last Supper, he said, I know you love me, but by when the rooster crows, you will have denied me 3 times. Peter, oh no, but he told Peter, you will be the rock of my church. You will build a church. No, not I. I'm not going to deny you ever, Jesus, ever. Well, guess what he did? They came up to him. Hey, aren't you Jesus' apostle? Who, me? No, Hey, aren't you Jesus' apostle? Mm-mm. Hey, aren't you Jesus' apostle? No. And then it dawned on him, right? He was like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? Judas already hung himself, killed himself because he realized what he did, because Jesus said it would be best if you weren't even born for what you've done. But he still loved Judas, still said it was his best friend. It was a purpose and a plan. So they picked, I think it's Bartholomew. Like I said, the word, I don't know his name, can't remember, I don't have a Bible in front of me. And they said, and I just have to just envision that man, that he said, they picked this man who murdered, whatever, and they let him go. They picked Jesus. Now, a cross, right? Just think of a big old, let's see, 12-foot piece of wood, like a tree, a heavy tree. And that's just vertically that Jesus had to carry. And then think of another one going horizontally. They nailed it on, and as they're whipping him, and then they go, "You want to be the king of Jews? You want to be the king of Jews?" They had a nailed a crown, okay, of thorns, and they put it on his head. He was bleeding, and he didn't say one thing. He didn't talk shit. He did nothing. And guess who was rocking with him? Mary Magdalene, his mother, the other apostles, walking and walking and walking, and I think a guy named Cyrus or something. Because they were beating him so much, he was so thirsty, and they were just whipping him, spitting at him, and beating him. He was taking all of that for us, and he couldn't even walk. They said, get up, you whatever, get up, you walk to the cross," because he knows once he's going to be hanging, right? And they noticed, they said, he can't carry it. His mother goes, he can't, that's my son. He can't walk anymore. Don't do that. Don't you have any pity, compassion? So he chose somebody out of the crowd, one of the soldiers. Hey, help him. And the man looked at Jesus, probably like, man, I know this is the Son of God. Probably felt his blood and probably got healed. Who knows? And walked with Jesus and helped him with that cross and his mother. And they finally get to the part where they have to hang him. They use 3 nails. 3. Think of that, hanging with your wrists hanging and your ankles. Think of that body weight hanging with nails. He was crying tears of blood, they said. And he says, Father, and they're yelling at him. They're calling him names. He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And there was a gangster dude next to him. They dismissed. And he said, oh my God, I know you're the Son of God. I know you're the Son of God. I believe in you so much. Please save me. Forgive me for my sins. He said, surely by your faith, you will sit at the right hand of the Father. And the other guy mocked him, and a crow came and took his eyes out. He says to his mother, he says, Mom, I'm thirsty, Mom. And his mother didn't care. His mother went, all they would give him, let him have, was a vinegar. Do you know how vinegar tastes? It's very bitter. It burns your throat. It doesn't satisfy your thirst. And she gave it to him because that's all she could do. And he sat, laid up there night and day for 3 long days, hanging and bleeding. Finally, his last breath, he looks at up at the sky, Abba, Abba, Father, Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. It is finished. It is finished. He knew. And as soon as that happened, everything he said, that whole earth, they said, he bled tears, and it was like a tsunami, and an earthquake went boom, and it opened up, and he broke those temple. He said, surely by whatever day this temple will be destroyed and it'll be raised up again. And it was. Everything he said came to light. So then they were so annoyed at that other dude, the other, I forget the other king's name. They were like, make sure you have guards watching him. Watch him, because they could steal the body. They could say steal the bones, or they could do ever, or the knights could make a lie or try to test you. Just stay there. Third day, all the apostles or where they're at, whatever. 3 to 4 women. I think it was Susan, Mary Magdalene, and Martha, Mary, his mother. Waiting, waiting, waiting. They see this white man in a white robe. I mean, when Jesus, they said, "Who are you looking for?" They said, "Jesus. Where's Jesus? Where's the bones?" Jesus is gone. He resurrected. You'll find him at wherever. I forget the place. I don't have the Bible in front of me. But he and then he showed up, and he looked like you and I. You could touch him, except he had his sores where they wanted to make sure he was dead. They call that the spear of destiny, where they punched his rib and water like you had never seen, and blood came out. And he came and he gave us the Holy Spirit, and he taught us miracles, and he said, you can do it all like I did. Oh, just carry your cross and follow me. Just don't do what you used to do. Change, man. Love the wicked. Love. Stop condemning my brothers and sisters. Do something different. And boy, was that place shaking. All right, I don't know what made me talk about that right now. I just got. Anyway, so I'm going to finish this. Whew, honey. Okay, I guess I don't have to get into that. Okay, the Adam and Eve events were then the books. Whew. I don't know what made me talk about that. It was just really deep to me. The Adam and Eve events were then the books in the Bible. I pray y'all start waking up, me included. However, I seek truth daily, spiritual. I'm guided by the light and the dark, the duality, the beauty, and love, balance. See, she provided the beatings, the betrayal, the spit at. See, that was him taking all that for us. For every man on the cross, he carried all of that. He carried it for every man, for every woman, for all the accusations about Adam and Eve, for all the sins, for the watchers, for all the ones who did bad things. He took all of it for us. On his back, every nail, every thorn on his head represents the being that's within us. Flesh. Again, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. For all the trees that we burn up and tore down and disrespected Mother Nature, the elements, the crystals he taught us, all that is. Then the father and his mother came down to tap in. And I believe this. I believe this. So his son could go to the depths of the darkest places to seek his children and prepare his squad, his Christ consciousness, his warriors of Christ. Buddha, Krishna, Radha, Allah, Muhammad, Shiva, the Hopi tribes, all the tribes, Allah, Muhammad, Zeus, David, Isaac, Abraham, Moses, Joshua. I mean, you name it. The Noggins, Osiris, Horus, Isis, the Seven Sisters, Medusa, all of these beings he went down and got.
They said he went down those 3 days. He was down in hell. But see, 3 days to us could be 3,000 years. We don't know. The Hopi tribes, all the tribes, the Ascended Masters, Gainshay, Vishnu. He learned all these spiritual tools from them too, because he said a teacher can't be a teacher if not teachable. He read the books that were hidden, or as some people call forbidden. Jesus cried out to his Father and yet heard his Father from behind saying, "Son, you have nothing to fear. I am your boat. Stay calm." Like raw. So the boat can calm through chaos. Seek your mother, the blanket, the spirit. Tell her to control your thoughts when you get and feel like you can't do it. Okay, Mama, control my thoughts. Instantly, Jesus feels the air of the Divine Mother. She said, "I will be your blanket when you are cold. I will be your Father's eyes when it gets too hard." See, he was uniting. Remember, my boy, all things are possible if we believe. And that's quoted in the Bible. This is not an easy mission, son. We must get our siblings. Jesus says, "See the earth, Mama? Not now, son. Weave in and out. Our focus is the moon. Remember, we must then get through the moon to the sun." "Why, Mama?" Osiris speaks out. "Son, allow Mama to control your thoughts. We are fishing for our keys. We have to go see Melchizedek first. That's the order. There are masters, the ascended masters. They're awaiting." "Why is that?" There was no response given. Jesus thought to himself, "Fine. This is my dream, by the way. I will stay focused. Mom, control my thoughts." "I can hear you, son. Your thoughts, your self-doubt evokes fear through the moon to the sun." Wait, "I can hear you, son. Your thoughts and your self-doubt. It evokes fear. Don't let it. Choose love. Choose love. We must hit the moon and go to the sun." 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jesus cast a rod like it was a fishing pole to the moon. Bait it with all the sin, the burdens, the pain to the moon. Bam, hook. Instantly fireworks all over the galaxy. Because see, that hook then